Hello there, and welcome to my channel. This is Non-Gone, and today we're going to be playing Final Fantasy VII Remake, hard mode, full playthrough, stay bad playthrough. And what I mean by stay bad is there are a lot of mechanics in this game that make things easier to play. Stagger bar, dodging, parrying, blocking, using magic. There's all kinds of little chakra and prayer, all those things. We're going to ignore most of that. We're just going to set a load up out that allows us to absorb all the damage from everybody and then hit them with our stick until they die. At the moment, the last battle we fought was against Hell House, which is unique in this game and its requirement for loadouts. So we're going to have to kind of reset up our materia a little bit. And that's good because it gives me a chance to tell you what everybody has. We basically have weapons that have the highest attack stat. So that's hard edge, metal knuckles, and reinforced staff. I know Aerith is the exception, but I think her physical attack is a magic attack. So that 131 is really helpful. As for armor, anything that's got decent stats in 3 or 4 slots is fine. Chain Bangle, Force Bracelet, and Supreme Bracer is what happens to be here. Barrett will be coming back in a couple chapters. We'll talk about him then. As far as accessories, Tifa's got the championship belt and Aerith has the circlet. At this point, I've forgotten what those even do because the only one that really matters is this Gotterdammerung right here. This allows you to start every battle with your limit break, and it will charge your limit break gauge at maybe 3 or 4 times the normal rate. So it is just limit breaks galore all the way around. It's great. It helps you get through all the little battles with basically without taking any damage whatsoever, which then allows you to not heal as much, which allows you to conserve MP. And in hard mode, you can't really replenish it until the end of the chapter. So this is absolutely invaluable. Saves you hours and hours. How you get that is by beating the Top Secrets challenge in Chapter Select in the Combat Simulator. It is the first video in this playlist if you want to see how to do that and get it. Probably the most important tip that I could give you is to go get that before you start hard mode. As for materia, we're going to hit R1 to pull up everybody's materia. And basically the strategy is to have HP, HP, MP, MP on all 4 characters. You see them down there. Have any kind of summon. You don't have to use the summon. It just boosts your stats just to have it equipped. That's why Bahamut is with Cloud. Excuse me. That's the biggest stat boost. And then we have 1 offensive materia, and we're going to change that to fire. And that will be connected on a weapon to elemental. And that allows you to, the choice of the materia will be whatever the majority of enemies are weak to. In this case, it's going to be fire in this chapter. And connecting it to elemental will allow every one of your attacks to have added damage because they're weak to fire. On the bottom here, everybody can heal and revive. And then we put first strike as much as we can. So this chapter is Cloud, Tifa, and Aerith. So Aerith's going to go ahead and get fire as well. Right here. Normally I set this up ahead of time, but I don't. I just decided to run right into chapter 10 after that craziness of chapter 9. So we're going to go fire here, and I think Barrett's got the elemental still. Yeah. So that's going to come up here. Healing, revive, and we're going to steal the first strike off of Aerith. Oh, it's off of nobody. It's not equipped right now, so we're going to... Okay, I don't know why it wasn't letting me do that, but yeah, let's put first strike here. And then Aerith has fire as well. And we're going to remove this. Healing, revive. We're going to remove the poison. Actually, no, let's keep the poison. I can't remember if you can poison this guy coming up or not. And it doesn't hurt. We have extra slots. In a true stay bad fashion, we've got empty slots. You're welcome to fill them if you have something that you think will work. I try to keep it as basic as possible, so there's no need to even put anything in there and then have to manage it. So that's where we're at. And Barrett's actually even still set up from before, so we should be good to go. Let's go ahead and get started. The first battle, the reason I did all this is that the first battle is the boss in this chapter, which is a little different than normal. So I didn't want to kind of explain all the setup while I was walking because we're walking right into a boss fight. This is Abzu, and Abzu is weak against fire. We start every battle with our limit break and follow it up with a triple slash usually. In this case, I've switched over to Tifa, so we're going to do that. It's a boss battle, so on those you want to get regen on your party as quickly as possible and keep it on at all times. And now we can start the triple slash. But you see that yellow weakness every time you hit. And Abzu's already like a third of the way down. We haven't bothered with any of his mechanics or any of his weaknesses or anything. And we've already in like 15 seconds got him like a chunk of the way down. So good for us. The problem is he's going to start hopping up here and then we can't get to him. And then he's got this backwater blast as well. And what you want to do, it's going to shoot that sludge out. And you want to go stand up next to the area. Stand up next to the grate there. Makes sense. And that way you don't get hit with the sludge. It'll wreck you pretty good. So, just keep that in mind. If you get him backed in a corner like this, Infinity's End is great. Or Braver, these ones that take longer but do more damage. Normally, the MO is don't go toe-to-toe with bosses in hard mode. We've gone toe-to-toe and come out alive pretty consistently throughout this. Again, it's due in large part to the loadouts that we've got. It's certainly not the most elegant or the prettiest way to do it, but man, is it effective. And with that Gotterdammerung, I don't know if you noticed, Cloud is almost ready to cast another limit break already. Normally you get about one of those per battle. He's already going to be in his second, and we're barely at half health on the boss, so he might get 3 during this, depending on how effective I am at my other attacks. Tifa's best thing is Star Shower. It doesn't look like it does a lot of damage, but then the last few hits are like exponential comparatively. So, and he's gone up and gone back down, and now we have our limit break, and of course we're going to use it. And while he's doing that, hopefully we can get over to Aerith and get cured. You can be pretty liberal with your MP in this battle. There are, again, you have to play the whole chapter, so you would think you'd have to manage it, but it's not that bad. There's a tough-ish battle against 3 Sahagins or Sahagins. I don't know how you pronounce it. That's at the end of the chapter, but when you start with your limit break and follow up with a triple slash, like at least one of them is going to be dead anyway. And yeah, so I went to do Star Shower and I did something else and I don't even know what it was. Focus Strike probably. That was a mistake, but it's not a terrible mistake. And Aerith has her limit break too. I'm just going to go ahead and use it. You can't do it outside of battle, and it's a healing one, so it'll save you that much MP. But yeah, basically we're just hacking away, and when we need to cure, we cure. Aerith seems to be aggroing Abzu pretty well here at this point. And I'm going to just get crazy and throw a Fira up here. I mean, it's not the worst thing that you could do. It kind of staggers him a little bit, and while he's laying there doing nothing, we can inflict a bunch of damage, so, not such a bad deal. There is a mechanic where you can lock on. I don't know if you noticed, but there's actually 3 enemies listed. I'll show you there, the right horn and the left horn. Again, I don't ever use that mechanic. I probably should, but we're not trying to get good. We're trying to stay bad. So I'm going to keep doing that, and as you see, it keeps working. So all you have to do, this is the big reason I put these videos out here. It's a very basic strategy. You don't have to be particularly talented, but what we lack in talent will make up for in persistence. If you play just a little bit better than me, you will be successful. And if you play well, if anything you do to add and make this more effective will just make you even more effective as you go through this game. So, you know, kind of anybody that's normally a little apprehensive of doing a hard mode or anything difficult in a game, you know, hopefully this gives you the confidence to give it a go. And at least gives you a good starting point. That's really all I'm trying to do. Is you know, if you are unable or unwilling to get good, you can do this and playing in very mediocre fashion and be relatively successful. So hopefully this will continue on. We haven't had that much trouble thus far. I think we've been wiped just once, and oddly enough, it was against a pretty easy boss. I've had to reset a couple boss battles, but that was a recording issue and not so much a game issue. So anyway, there isn't a whole lot to talk about here. Like I said, we're just going to hit the next, I don't know, 30 battles. We're just going to do this. And even triple slash, I missed the first time, hit him the second time. Everything's fine. So, yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and duck out for a little bit, and we'll try and run through. One other quick note. So see these boxes here that you can nail? See how it says recovered MP with a Mako shard? Or Mako shard, sorry. 20 years of calling it Mako. It's a tough habit to break. Those will recover 10% of your MP. So if you need a place to, if you need to recover it, we almost never do. So you don't see me get a lot of them. But if you kind of poke around the corners in all these rooms, you can usually get them. The locations of the Mako shards are not random. They're in the same boxes every time. So the other items are random what they drop, but the Mako shards will be in the same place every time. So if you need to recover your MP, that is how you do it on hard mode. If you need to recover health, there's a bench. And as you probably know from playing on easier difficulties, that will recover your MP, but not on hard mode. So item command is completely disabled. That's why you'll never see me use items. I do not intend to play this again. That's why you'll never see me get a treasure chest. And I'm kind of a dope when it comes to video games. That's why you'll see me going the wrong way. So I think that covers everything. I'm going to go ahead and stop talking. You're probably tired of hearing me talk anyway. And I'll pick up when something interesting happens. But yeah, we're just blasting through here. And I'll see you in a little bit. Stay bad, people.
I'm sure we'll be fine. Come on. Hey, Cloud. Assuming Corneo was telling us the truth, what do you think Shinra's really up to? I mean, they've gotta have an endgame. But I can't imagine what it is. Destroying a whole chunk of the city just to get back at us doesn't make any kind of sense.
Yeah, I can't imagine any way they could profit from it. It's gonna cost them a fortune to rebuild.
Corneo's lying. He's gotta be. Guys like him do it all the time out of habit.
Locked up tight.
Huh.
We'll see. That's a power generator, all right.
Wow, talk about ancient.
It's an antique, older than the Mako reactors.
Hey, would you look at that?
And let there be light.
that?
You got it!
You're as good as dead.
Get him!
Don't overdo it.
Let's go! So it's my turn?
Nothing to it. This it?
It worked! Wait a minute. I know this place.
So this is where
And we're sectors.
might be harder than...
Let's just try to. We can do this.
Yeah, for sure.
Guess I gotta.
You're out of luck. Not bad. You're as good as dead.
Give your best shot!
That'll do. Let's go. Let's end this quick. Any last words?
Let me handle this. Here goes. One more shot. Can you take over for me?
See ya.
See you around.
I've got this.
Don't you mean we've got this?
You're as good as dead.
Get him!
Enough.
Would kill for a shower. All right. Now we should be able to get across.
I'll go first, okay? Get back.
I can fight too, you know. Stay back! And we're safe.
So I don't know if you saw it here a little bit. I wanted to jump in and let you know. There's a couple of different paths that you can take here. And you'll see me checking, because it's easy to get turned around in here. You'll see me checking my path as I go through. Basically, you just want to stay at the very top of the map here. All this stuff down here will get you to items and chests, and there's a big circuitous thing going here. There's some stuff down here. You see we totally skipped that room there. This is the path of least resistance, so that's what I'm just trying to take. Because, again, we don't need any healing. All we get for our troubles is more battles and a couple of accessories that we don't need and a couple of items that we can't use. So that's pretty much why I keep pulling up the map. And we're actually coming to the location of the end of the chapter. We got to do this silly little drain the water mini game. I don't know how y'all feel about it. I'm not a huge fan. I'm probably going to do real bad at it. It's, that little machine. Where is it? Somewhere over in here. We'll get to it, and we'll do the best we can. But it's pretty self-explanatory, and hopefully we'll be able to do it. The thing is, I am recording live commentary, so the game's on, and I got my TV kind of muted because I've noticed you get some feedback on the microphone. So a lot of audio cues that you would normally hear while playing, I sort of don't have the benefit of, and this game's one of them. I mostly did it by ear. So we'll see how it goes. And there's only one more battle here, so we'll fight that here in a minute. But yeah, you just kind of come down here, and they'll give you instructions on how to do it. It's a 3-part thing. Again, I mentioned this many times. In order to even be playing on hard mode, you have to have already done all of this on an easier difficulty. So, I'll just kind of just mash X, and then hopefully... See, I did a terrible job. I'm going to try and concentrate here, so I'll get back off the mic, but... yeah, I just wanted to let you know why I'm looking at the map so much on that. But yeah, I'll struggle with this for a little bit, and then we'll see you soon.
Spectacular! Keep calm. All good. Could have gone better. That went well. Okay. All right.
Woohoo! Got the hardest one on the first try. Excellent.
Head back.
For some reason, I noticed that also
Getting worried.
healed the girls. I don't know why. Seems like an odd place to give you some HP, but thanks, game. The final battle of the chapter is coming up right here, so we're just going to keep going. It is 3 of those Sahagins, whatever. Fun fact: if you are watching this and you are old enough to remember, the original Final Fantasy. A little bit of trivia for you. If I'm not mistaken, and please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments section, the very first battle you ever fight in Final Fantasy is against Sahagins, whatever these guys are. 40 years or something of this game, and I still don't know how to pronounce these things. But anyway, yeah, the original Final Fantasy. I think this is the first enemy you ever fight in a Final Fantasy game is this one right here. I could be wrong. There could be a slightly easier one in there, but I know they're very close to the beginning of the original Final Fantasy. So just thought I'd throw that all out there. Also, if you want another piece of trivia, and this may be a little bit old, you see how much we shredded those guys. That's why I wasn't even worried. This method just works phenomenal, and we've got a few more here. Yeah, another bit of trivia is that Bahamut is the only character. Okay, I guess I said one more battle. I guess we got to fight our way down there, but it'll be happening pretty soon. So, but yes, Bahamut is the only character to appear in every Final Fantasy game. He's in 1, and he is all the way up to at least 15. Obviously, I have him equipped here, so he's in the remake of 7. I assume with 16 coming out that he'll be in that as well. But he's your guy. He's your one character. And this guy really has wrecked us. So, again, this is the danger of hard mode. You get to thinking, getting to doing stuff a little lazy, and the game will wake up and be like, hey, guess what? We are still hard mode. So again, I rely on offensing everything to death. What I lack in talent, I make up for in persistence. So sometimes if they start getting attacks in, I have no idea what to do other than heal and hope for the best. So you see, when you start with your limit break, we already got like 1.9 of the 3 of these guys dead. So I think we're already down to 1 of them alive. I'm going to throw a Braver because he's not going to move. And didn't see if that did any good. Let's play Dive Kick. We haven't used that yet in 10 chapters. Heck, why not? Let's throw an Overpower in. I wonder what that does. I guess it did pretty good. Anyway, I'm getting a little loopy, so I'll probably stop for the night. But we are done with Chapter 10. We're going to go right up this ladder, and they're going to jump out, but it's just a cutscene. Looks scarier than it is. Just push the button and you're out. And you'll get a little notification on the right there that says completed Chapter 10 on hard difficulty. That means you're done for good. If you went back and played it on easy, it would still count towards the trophy. This is episodic, so you can do these in any order. I don't know why you would do them in an odd order, but if you choose to, you don't have to reset your progress. So that's about all I've got for Chapter 10. So we're going to call it for this video, and we'll pick up in Chapter 11 here next time. In the meantime, stay bad, people. Non-Gone is gone.